since childhood, I thought being a firefighter would be amazing, and didn't know that Brownsville was a merged department with the EMS being involved as well, and thought that was really cool also. I applied and did the interview, got hired, and was going through the academy as well, and it was an amazing experience. And soon after went through the EMT course and then the paramedic course. So I actually had an incident myself when I was 23, I believe, that I had a near drowning at the island, on the South Padre Island. And at that time was assisted by the fire department that was there. The fire department that's on the island is actually a merged one as well. They run EMS also. And just everything that came from that, and my assistance in that, and just having that near-death experience was certainly something that catapulted me toward this as well. So with seeking out different departments, because I live in Harlingen, Texas myself, I had applied there also, and just to cover the bases, and was seeking out to be here primarily though because of them being merged, because of the EMS being involved. And whenever I tested, the test score was decent enough that they called me in for the interview, and the interview went well. And really, soon after I was getting the call by phone that I was hired, and showed up, went through all the registration that was necessary, and before I knew it, I was knee deep in the fire academy itself. And it's just a variety of classes, both inside desk work and such, but also outside, a lot of donning the gear and really getting into the thick of it, of everything that we experience with an actual house fire, to rescue, to confined space. And it was a great experience. Yeah, as far as getting into the fire departments, really it was as simple as calling City Hall and just finding out when they're actually testing out, for the entry exam. They give you the date, where to show up location-wise for that. You take the test. From that point, if your score is good, they'll call on you for the next step, which is going to be the interview. If the interview goes well, they're going to look into actually hiring you. And from the hiring points, you have the opportunity to be enrolled in the fire academy and to take on the EMT course, which is going to be what you start off with medical knowledge-wise before you would go to the paramedic course. And right now that's being done in-house with the department. We went through, there's also affiliates of colleges. TSCC was involved, UTRGV was involved with the paramedic course with us. And so there's that affiliation as well. But ultimately you're going to be, just starting out with calling the City Hall, getting that scheduled dates of, testing. And really once you're hired, you can already have a background in fire, in EMS. It's not required. I, for example, didn't have any of it. I had to go through the fire academy that the department, provided the opportunity for. Same thing with the EMT course, same thing with the paramedic course. And you're just on the job as you're doing those things. You're going to be assigned, maybe at the beginning when there's not anything, certification-wise in place, you're going to be working at administration. There's several offices involved here that really form the well-oiled machine that we are. There's fire prevention office, billing for EMS, and you're going to want to learn everything you can about every engine that's here, all the stations. We have a total of 10 now, and they house different engines, anywhere from a regular fire engine to an ambulance, to hazmat response, dive team rescue. So there's a lot to take in. And you really are going to want as much time and hands-on experience as you can get. So being a firefighter paramedic myself just means that I can report, I can be called in for duty at my station, which myself, I've bid for Station 8, which means that I'm going to respond to the station that's next to the Port of Brownsville. And I can have it assigned to me ahead of time that I'm going to be on the fire engine. And that means that I'm going to be reporting, as a firefighter. I'm going to get down with my gear and respond to both medical emergencies, but also fires alike, fire alarms, motor vehicle accidents, again, search and rescue if required. Those are all things that are covered within the fire engine's duties. And I'll be checking off the tools that are on board, getting everything safe and secured as far as what's placed in the actual cab. And those will be my duties for the day, aside from just taking care of the actual station itself. Regularly, I am appointed to Medic 8, which is the ambulance that's at Station 8. And that's going to mean that I'm going to be with a partner. It's going to be a two-man crew on the ambulance, where we're going to report to non-emergency and medical emergencies alike. Non-emergencies are going to be really if maybe a bed-bound patient, someone that's a senior citizen that is not able to ambulate on their own, to walk, would need assistance to be transferred by ambulance to, let's say, a doctor's appointment, dialysis if they need so. And then any medical emergency is going to be anything that they would call 911 for need of an ambulance ride to the actual hospital where pre-hospital care can be rendered. And so that means that ahead of time, whenever we show up, we're going to be checking off the unit inventory-wise. We're going to be inspecting things, making sure there's nothing compromised, making sure that all of our stock is there as we're going to need it necessary throughout the day. And yeah, that's really just going to be that we're going to have the radio on hand at all times to hear out the calls that we're summoned to. I do find it very rewarding overall. I mean, whenever you're there and you're assisting the public, you see firsthand how you're not only saving lives, but you're preserving property. I mean, you're providing care to someone that needs it because they couldn't be doing it on their own. And I mean, I've seen the impact of the families involved with the individuals we've transferred and such, and it's certainly my favorite part is just being able to be that helping hand. I'm a Christian myself, and coming from a Christian household where I was raised to have a heart for God and extend a hand to man. And in this case, I take every opportunity I can to, when I'm en route to work from home, like be praying and be in that, attitude of prayer and, praise toward God who's given me this opportunity to be able to extend that hand to man every time that I show up on shift and actually see the fruit of it being given out as I do the task day to day.